The kind of permanent tissues, its types, and what is their role. The first is simple permanent tissue. As the name suggests, it is made up of only one type of cell. Now, a few layers of cell they form the basic packing tissue. Depending on the function it performs, these tissues they are classified as the parenchyma. First, the few layers base of basic packing tissue. This is what is called as the parenchyma. It's a type of permanent tissue. So here you can see the image of a parenchyma cell. You can notice how the cells are packed. The cells are living, they possess nucleus, and they have very thin walls, and they don't have any specialized function. The cells they are loosely packed, and therefore you can see the spaces between the cells, which are called as the intercellular spaces. So this parenchyma tissue is generally found as the storage tissue in for storing of food, as in potatoes and beetroot. So these are the parenchyma cells. Now we studied the parenchyma cells, okay, the tissues that has large space between them. They provide support to the plant and they store food for the plant, whereas in some situations these parenchyma in the leaf it can contain chloroplast. Hence this tissue is what is called as chlorenchyma. Chloroplast is present, so the name changes to chlorenchyma. It performs the function of photosynthesis. We know chloroplast is essential for carrying out photosynthesis. It has a pigment called as chlorophyll which helps to trap the sun's energy. So the parenchyma cells having chloroplast is termed as chlorenchyma, and it performs the function of photosynthesis. Now we know that in parenchyma, the third type is the arrenchyma, or in simple permanent tissue. Now what happens in certain aquatic plants, there are intercellular spaces in the stem, because of which there is a large cavity which is formed. Because of this cavity, the stem is very light in weight, so they give a buoyancy, that is a capacity to float to the plant, and because of which the plants are very light and they can float. The parenchyma of these plants of stems and roots, they also store nutrients and water. Next we are going to study is the collenchyma. The cells of this tissue they are living, they are elongated, and you can find they are irregularly thick at the corners with a type of carbohydrate, that is cellulose. Okay, this tissue is generally located in the leaf stalk, that is below the epidermis. The tissue, this kind of tissue, they generally provide flexibility to the plant. Leaf stalk means the part that connects leaf to the stem, that is called what is called as the stalk, and epidermis means, epi means top, dermis means layer, so it is the outer layer. Their main role is to provide flexibility and allow easy bending of various parts of plants like stem and twigs. So you can move the stem and twigs, or you can pull the branch, because it has flexibility. It contains the collenchyma tissue. The main function is also to provide mechanical support or strength to the young plants. We are going to see is the sclerenchyma tissue. The cells of this tissue, they are generally dead. They are elongated and they are very narrow. The cell wall is very thick here because of the deposition of a pigment called as lignin. Lignin is a kind of organic substance. It helps in binding of the cell. It helps in sticking of the cell. Therefore, you can see here the cells, they have orange colored lignified thick wall. It acts as a cement and it hardens the wall. These walls, they are so thick that there is no internal space which is left inside the cell. This kind of tissue you will find mainly in the stems which are around the vascular bundles, also in the leaves or in the veins of few leaves, and in the hard covering of seeds and nuts. Whichever seed and nut they have a very hard shell, for example the apricot, coconut, in their hard shell you will find this kind of tissue, that is the sclerenchyma tissue. Because of this specific structure, the tissue, it makes the plants hard and stiff. In this way it can provide strength to different parts of the plants. The parts which are very soft and they need protection, for that they have a hard covering. For example the husk of coconut, from outside it is very strong, thick stuff, stiff, okay, whereas from inside it is soft. So that tissue which is there outside, what we break, that is the sclerenchyma tissue. Then this sclerenchyma tissue, if you see, you might have heard about linen clothing, okay. So linen is a kind of a fine cloth which is made from the fibers of this sclerenchyma, that is flax plant, okay. It's a plant called as flax. The fibers are made from this plant, okay, and which helps in making of clothes. So the linen shirts which generally men they use during the summer season, it is made out of the fibers which are obtained from the flax plant. So this is also one of the peculiar characteristic of the sclerenchyma tissue. Now we know that there is one more tissue which is left, that is the surface tissue. The entire surface of a plant consists of a single layer of cell which is called as the surface tissue or the epidermis, okay. This epidermis is the top tissue. Most of the epidermal cells, they are relatively flat, they are very flat cells. The outer and the lateral walls of the cells, that is the outer layers and the walls which are present at the sides of the cell, they are often very thick than the inner walls. The cells, they form a continuous sheet. You can see there is a continuous sheet which is formed here, and because of this continuous sheet there is no space which is left. So it is a continuous sheet without the spaces between the cell. The main role is it protects all parts of the plants. The main function is the protection of the parts of the plant. Whereas in some plants which are growing in very dry habitats or the desert like conditions, for example the plants like cactus, the epidermis may be very thick. It is very thick to prevent the water loss. We know because of the extreme heat in the desert, if the leaves are there, they will keep on losing water, okay. So the epidermis, the outer layer, has to be thick enough to prevent the water loss. The epidermal cells which are there on the aerial parts of the plant, on the top parts of the plant, they secrete a waxy, you might have seen if you have ever noticed the leaf of aloe vera, on the top of it you get a waxy transparent layer, okay. So they have a waxy water resistant layer on their outer surface. So this is what is called as a waxy cuticle. This layer will help in protection against the loss of water, that is the plant will lose very less water. It also prevents the plant from mechanical injury and also from the attack or invasion of any parasitic fungi, that is the plant is prevented from the fungal disease. Next, the important role of the surface tissue is, we know that plants, they exchange gas with the atmosphere. So epidermis, they have minute openings. These openings are called as stomata. Now these stomata, they are enclosed by two kidney shaped cells, two epidermal kidney shaped cells which are called as the guard cells. It is shaped like a kidney or a bean. Now these guard cells, they control or they prevent the opening and closing of stomata. So this is how the stomata opens and close. Transpiration will take place with the help of this stomata. So what is transpiration? It is the loss of water from the plants in the form of water vapor. So this is all about the surface tissue. Cells of the roots, and we know that the function of root is water absorption. They commonly bear a long hair-like part which generally helps them to increase the total absorptive surface area. That is, the more hair, or the more long the hair is, the more absorption of water can be done with the help of the root. So epidermal cells of the root, they help, or the surface tissue of roots, they help in water absorption. Whereas we have seen as the woody plants they grow older, the outer protective surface tissue can undergo certain changes. You might have seen trees which have been very old. So the cork, it starts separating from the trees. This forms the several layer thick cork or bark of a tree to become very thick and rigid. So cells of these cork, they are dead and they are very compactly arranged without any intercellular spaces between them. That is, there is no space between these cells. They also have a chemical which is called as suberin on their walls. Like lignin, these cells, they have suberin on their walls that makes them impermeable to gases and water. That means the waxy substance, it does not allow the gases and water molecule to go in and out through this tissue. So this is all about the surface tissue of roots.